The black gloves are on, so you already know what time it is. It's Wear Your Sneaker Friday. Let's get it.
Money's gotta be the shoes. Shoes.
What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Skinny Hardaway, and this is Retro Heat Check, checking in one more time for the real hoop heads out there. And as always, thank you all for your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, your comments, and of course, your questions. Bring those questions in, man. Keep those questions coming. Each and every Wednesday, Q&A with Skinny. I implore you guys, man. I implore you guys to check it out each and every Wednesday. You guys have been killing it with the questions. I mean, the questions have definitely been entertaining, thought-provoking, all of that good stuff, man. I'm definitely looking forward to each and every time I look into the comment section and I see a question. And as always, the questions be on point and game tight. So I definitely appreciate you guys. Tip of the cap to all you guys for stepping up. My ladies, my fellas in the Hoop Head Haven. I definitely just ask for your participation, and you guys come through each and every time. So appreciate you all. Much love and much respect to each and every last one of y'all, my hoop heads. Much love. Speaking of showing love, you already know it's that time of the program where we show love to those that I ride with and that ride with me, and that is the squad. You already know what it is, man. It's a group of like-minded individuals, man. I stand 10 toes in the paint with. Hey, they support me, I support them. You already know what we're up against. We're up against a huge conglomerate of narrative scripters, naysayers, propagandists, fanboys, everybody in between. But we stand tall, we stand 10 toes in the paint, and we always remain undefeated because we stay strapped with the facts. And when you come with the facts, you will always remain undefeated. Man, it's so nice to be on this side of the conversation when it comes to basketball here in these YouTube streets. Much love and respect to my guy, Sports and Fitness Rant. Big shout outs to Uncommon Sense, Scap Attack, Angry O Hoops, Uncut Hoops, Too Raw for Sports TV, my twin, Phenomenal Fitness, Michael Jordan Fans Are the Best, NNB Sports TV, Jordan versus LeBron, Kobe Bryant Film Room, Geechee Life Sports Talk, Ticket TV, Print Sports, Man Down Sports, Shuckle Storm NBA. Big shout outs to you, Shuckle Storm, man. Checked out the video, man, of the origins of Skinny Hardaway. Chapter 1. Definitely enjoying it, man. Looking forward to the next chapter. It's definitely a humbling experience, and definitely I appreciate the gesture. Check it out, man. If you guys are inclined to know a little bit more about your boys' lore in the penny pincher lore, crafted by Shekel Storm NBA. Big shout outs to you, my brother. My main man, the Real Mind Crime. Big shout outs to the Alan Ricks TV. Also to NBA Fat Self Research. Big shout outs to you. Man, I'm trying to figure out, I think I've done. Oh yeah, gotta give a big shout out to Hoop God, man. Big shout out to Hoop God, one of the latest guys that I've come across. This guy definitely knows what he's talking about, man. And much love and respect goes out to you as well. So man, like I said, these are the guys that I roll with. They roll with me, and hey, it's all about, you know what I'm saying, it's all about just sticking to the mission. You already know we all come from all different walks of life, and we all have different styles and ways that we approach the subject matter. Some of us are more on the educational, fact-based side. Others are more on the entertaining side. Most of us, we're somewhere in the middle. You already know what it is. But much shout outs, much love, much respect. And gotta give a shout out to you guys. Hopefully you guys show these guys the same love and respect that you guys show me. So give them a chance, give them a shot if you're not hip to them. Thanks. Hey, it's about that time, y'all. It's time for us to open up them doors. And welcome on in the latest member of the Hoophead Haven. You already know what it is, man. The Hoophead Haven is a it's a group of like-minded individuals from all walks of life, all over the world, global community, coming together with one love and one mission, and that is to keep and revive and preserve the legacies of errors in the past, players in the past, showing our respect and gratitude for their contributions. In particular, players in the era of the 1990s, what I feel is the greatest era in NBA basketball history. But we also show love to all eras, including today's, even though today's is not the greatest. So we definitely got to show love by keeping it real and telling the truth where the truth needs to be told. I always say within the hoop head haven, you only have one. I only ask of one rule, and that's if you ever see a fanboy in the comment section and they getting a little loose with the lip, check them, and keep it going, man. You have full autonomy. Do it within the YouTube guidelines, of course. But you have my full permission. You have my full blessing to give them that work. If you ever see them, if you ever catch them in the Hoophead Haven creeping, because over here within these walls, they are nameless, they are faceless, they are nobodies. So much respect, much love, and a big welcome to the Hoophead Haven. I hope you all welcome the latest member, Alcoholic Daryl. That's a crazy name. That name is crazy. But big shout out to you, Daryl. Hey, I hope that you run wild, run free within the YouTube guidelines, within the comment section. Continue your participation. It's much appreciated. Um, Man, hey, welcome. So if you guys come across them, man, tell them what's up. You already know what it is. But don't be afraid to participate, comment, ask questions, whatever. We talk about everything from top fives, top tens. We talk about different eras. We talk about today's basketball. We talk about the past. We talk about sneakers. We talk about everything. But yeah, you're more than welcome to participate, man. That's what I ask and encourage that you do. Yeah, welcome, Daryl. Welcome. That name is crazy though. But let's get down to business. You already know what it is, man. It is Wear Your Sneakers Friday, man. You already know. The black gloves are on. In today's episode, we're continuing the series of weapons, MJ's weapons of the regular season. You already know we've been highlighting these last few weeks MJ's Air Jordans that MJ has worn in the regular season and the significance of each sneaker. Today's sneaker we're going to highlight, we're just going to call it for what it is. If there was such thing as a flop in the Air Jordan line, these would be it. But I think over the decades, this shoe has developed a cult following, and now can finally be shown in the same. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much now it's shown in the same light as every other Air Jordan now. And the shoe that I'm talking about right now is Michael Jordan's least favorite Air Jordan, the Air Jordan 2. Yeah, man, this shoe right here, definitely a classic. This is the second installment into the Air Jordan series. As you can see, man, this is a once I would say it's still polarizing to some, to a lot, but over the years, this shoe definitely has starting to garner more and more love, including I've always had a solid love for the Air Jordan 2. Um, Definitely a sneaker that when I bought my first pair of these in 2004, I definitely was in love with just how different they were, and just for the simple fact that weren't too many people wearing these out on the streets. So I definitely love the fact that whenever I slid these on, I knew that nobody else had these, nobody else was wearing them. But yeah, definitely one of Michael Jordan's earliest sneakers. Michael Jordan, despite the fact that he did not really rock with these, he did he created a lot of firsts in these. But yeah, let's dig a little deeper into the Air Jordan 2. All right. What makes these sneakers stand out? Definitely Nike was definitely trying to figure out, hey, the Air Jordan 1 was a hit. The Air Jordan 1 was a hit. But the thing about it is the people were starting to wonder, is the Air Jordan 1 the only sneaker that's going to be available? Um, because basically Jordan was rocking them from 85 all the way through 86. He wore them in both his playoff appearances, his first two appearances in the playoffs. I mean, Michael Jordan was pretty much you know a phenomenon within the NBA, and the Air Jordan 1 was definitely right behind it with the whole band campaign that definitely was driving the interest up. The streets was snatching them up left and right, from the hip hop from the hip hop community to your local drug dealers. Unfortunately, had to give it, you know what I'm saying, had to just tell the truth, man. Drug dealers definitely made Air Jordans very popular, but all the way out to the West Coast, and all the skateboarders out there, the Z Boys, definitely made the Air Jordan 1 a cult classic within the skating community, and that's why Air Jordan and Nike SB has definitely been collaborating a lot, just to give a tip of the cap to the skaters. So this is a shoe that was crossing genres, crossing communities. I mean, the Air Jordan 1 was definitely a phenomenon, but people were starting to wonder, is there going to be an Air Jordan 2? And that's when Nike started to make its move. But man, Nike was definitely trying to figure out what could they do to top the Air Jordan 1, and they decided that they were going to go luxury. They wanted to create a sneaker that combined luxury materials with with an aesthetic that basically gives an expensive look, but also the functionality of a durable basketball sneaker. Um, and unfortunately, this shoe right here almost severed ties between Michael Jordan and Nike. The Air Jordan 2. The Air Jordan 2 was made in Italy, as you can tell. Well, you probably couldn't tell, but as you can tell by the lines and stuff, it was supposed to be inspired by Italian loafers, basically. Basically like your Gucci, your Versace, you know what I'm saying, stuff like that. I don't know all the other. I do know Gucci, Versace, and all that. I do know that, but basically they wanted they was looking for that look. Definitely was made in Italy. The OG release was released in November of was in November of 1986, and they ran through November of 1980 through 1987 when the Air Jordan 3 finally made its grand announcement to the basketball world with the uh, uh, the birth of Tinker Hatfield in Michael Jordan's collaborations. But this shoe basically was inspired by basically an iguana within the leather, as you can see, kind of an iguana inspired leather, full length encapsulated polyurethane midsole with a Nike Air, with Nike Air in the heel, right in this area. You got the Nike Air right here in the heel. Uh, this was the first Nike. This was the first Nike shoe, basketball shoe. I think shoe in general to go swooshless. This was the first Nike to not have the Nike swoosh. As a matter of fact, they really wanted this shoe to be, like I said, a luxury shoe. So they did not want a Nike swoosh all over it, but they did keep the classic Wings logo, the Air Jordan Wings logo. Also in the back, you got Nike and script in the back. You also have Nike on the outsole, on the bottom of the outsole. Now in the 2004 rendition, they used to have like a little tab right here that had the number 23. But as you can see on the OG 2024, 2022 rendition, I'm sorry, there is none because in the OG, that little tag was not in there. But yeah, this was definitely the first, like I said, this was the first Nike shoe to go swooshless. This was definitely a different sneaker. Definitely, it had a different aesthetic without the swoosh. Quite controversial. This was a shoe designed by Bruce Kilgore. He is also the creator of the Air Force One. These came in 4 colorways. Pretty basic, and I think this was another reason why Michael Jordan did not like the Air Jordan 2, because he felt that Bruce Kilgore did not really put much effort into the shoe outside of all of the bells and whistles with the expensive materials, with the polyurethane, with the Italian leathers, with the just basically just uh, 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 the whole construction of the shoe. Yeah, he definitely did not like the minimalist colorways. He was cool with the with these the Chicago. These are considered the Chicago's. Also, this was considered the away Air Jordan 2. Actually, you would think that these would be at home, but these were actually the aways, because the actual away, the actual home Air Jordan 2s were actually all white with red and gray instead of black. Where basically where the black and red accents are, it was basically red and gray. Um, but yeah, and there was a mid. This was a mid. This was the real true mid. Whereas the Air Jordan 3 and 4s were 3/4 cuts, where basically the line starts right around where my hand is. So the Air Jordan actually came the actually Air Jordan 2 actually came in mid, and it actually came in a low cut, both for the home white and gray, and the Chicago aways, the uh the white, black, and red. These were the first sneaker to actually reach $100 due to basically the premium materials, like I said, like basically the Italian leather. Basically, you're just paying for the Italian leather, and the simple fact that they were not made in America, where a lot of Nike factories were still at the time were still in America. These were actually manufactured in Italy. So you were basically paying for the fact that it was made in a totally different country, and using a little bit better quality material. Basically, this was why these were considered the first luxury basketball sneaker. And despite all of these touches, despite all the all the attention to detail as far as the Italian loafer aesthetic, um, all the premium materials, all the bells and whistles, MJ despised everything about these shoes. He hated the look, he hated the feel. He felt that when he put these on, he felt kind of disconnected from the court. He felt that the polyurethane midsole was just way, way, way too high on his feet. He basically just despised how they felt, how they looked. Um, yeah, he felt that they despite the luxury tag, he felt that these shoes basically had no effort, little to no effort, and basically had little to no. Michael had basically little to no input on these sneakers as well. But hey, these was the shoe that almost made him leave. He was trying to bolt, and he was trying to bolt to Adidas thanks to these. But cooler heads prevailed when Phil Knight told Michael Jordan to just chill out and give this young former architect named Tinker Hatfield a shot. And next thing you know, he came with the Air Jordan 3s, and Michael Jordan was able to stay at Nike. But before that, all that happened, before that game-changing history happened, before we gotta talk about what Michael Jordan actually did on the floor in these. And actually, despite the fact that Michael Jordan hated these sneakers, Michael Jordan put up a lot of firsts and did a lot of milestones in the shoes while putting up a lot of numbers. Michael Jordan in the 1986-1987 season, rocking the Air Jordan 2, he averaged 37 points a game, 5 boards, 4 assists, had his first 200 steal, 100 block season, his first team All NBA selection, his first scoring title, his first slam dunk contest, his first slam dunk contest championship, in his third All Star selection. Excuse me. So yeah, Michael Jordan was able to accomplish a lot, and he was dazzling crowds from all over America wearing these sneakers. From coast to coast, he was putting on a show. At the time, Michael Jordan was definitely a phenomenon, but a lot of players, and including Michael Jordan himself, he felt that he still hadn't arrived. He felt like he still hasn't done enough to earn the respect of his peers. And the 86-87 season was when the true respect around the league was really starting to develop. And Michael Jordan was really starting to get the respect of the media. And they were starting to just not only see him as a highlight reel. Much respect to Dominique Wilkins, but a highlight player, a flash player. They were finally able to see the substance that his game actually possessed. But yeah, Michael Jordan definitely had a great season wearing these. You got to remember, this is Michael Jordan coming back from a full season after suffering a broken foot in the 85-86 season. So for Michael Jordan, a lot of people was doubting how his foot was going to hold up, but Michael Jordan came back with a vengeance, and he let people know that hey, that injury was not going to slow him down, averaging 37 a game and putting on a show for all to see. This shoe made its debut in 1986. Like I said, previous, retroed in 2004, and just recently in 2022, these actually came back in all of its OG glory. Um, as you can see, the Nike Air. Like I said, once again, guys, pro tip: put some tape over the print inside your insole, so you can keep that preserved, man. Make your stuff look at least a little bit nicer and preserved. You know what I'm saying? Preserved. I like that little touch of having that inside of my sneaker. But yeah, very very. It has the OG minimalist look. The 2004 actually had a black piping right in here. Um, I don't know why they did that, but yeah, the design team at Jordan Brand back then, it was a lot of questionable decisions, but with the reimagined program that's been going on with Jordan Brand now, I think that they are making up for those faux pas in the 2000 and the 2010s. They've been really coming with it, and they definitely hit it out the ballpark with these Air Jordan 2s and how they look beautiful. They look so crisp. They look so clean. Way back to the close to the specifications um, that they had back in 1986. Actually, Nike had to basically reconstruct uh, uh, the retro, not the retro, but the reimagined version of these because they lost the original molds of the Air Jordan 2. They actually had to find somebody who they had to find a private collector who actually had a pair of Air Jordan 2s. They were all, jacked up, but they took the shoe, they bought the shoe off of them. And they were able to basically piece the shoe back together to kind of find the OG, close to the OG form, and they were able to um, use that procedure and technique to recreate these as close as to original as possible. So yeah, definitely, this was a shoe that went through a lot to come back, literally. But yeah, definitely a uh, crazy situation. Oh, also I forgot to say, the other first that Michael Jordan did. These were the shoes that Michael Jordan wore when he dropped 50 in Madison Square Garden. That was the first time that he dropped 50 in Madison Square Garden, which was for the longest the highest scoring performance at Madison Square Garden, aka the Mecca of basketball. But yeah, these, like I said, this was a sneaker that once it hit the streets, it they definitely for the most part, they were definitely embraced, but a lot of people at the same time did not embrace them. This was a very controversial shoe, but it did leave its mark. Michael Jordan doing his thing at the dunk contest. Everybody came to watch that, winning his first slam dunk contest in Denver, Colorado at the All Star Weekend, and also a little bit of pop culture reference with these sneakers. Actually, these shoes were actually debuted in the Spike Lee film, the 1986 Spike Lee film School Days. The actor Kadeem Harrison actually wore these throughout the movie. Um, Various scenes. I can definitely remember the scene where they came across Samuel L. Jackson and the Jerry Curl guys at KFC, and they were arguing in the parking lot. And Kadeem Harrison was rocking the Michael Jordan jersey with the Air Jordan 2s. So yeah, definitely a bit of a pop culture reference um, with the Air Jordan 2. But yeah, this was definitely a controversial shoe that over the years, I have to say, like I said, over the years and over the decades, the shoe definitely went from the ugly duckling to to basically one of the more exalted Air Jordans. I think because of the simple fact that they started off so controversial, I think that's what kind of helped them, help gain a little bit more popularity. Now there are quite a few people still out there that still don't rock with the Air Jordan 2s, but as I've seen over the years, they become fewer and fewer. But yeah, definitely the Air Jordan 2 is definitely one of those sneakers that is just it's a classic. It's a sneaker that I liked. It took me a while. I guess it took me actually getting a pair and actually having a pair and actually putting them on my feet and actually loving the look of them on my feet to kind of turned me from a Air Jordan 2 hater into a fan and very appreciative of the sneaker. So big shout outs to Bruce Kilroy for his contributions to the sneaker game. Although he did end up, ironically, leaving Nike for Adidas, and he definitely tried to get Michael to follow him, but thankfully, like I said, Tinker Hatfield was able to be given his shot, and the rest was history. So, oh man, that's another episode of Wear Your Sneaker Friday, man. You already know what it is, man. It's Friday. It's the weekend. It's here. I just hope that you guys, while you guys are having your fun with your peoples and stuff, like I always say, love on your loved ones, love on them babies. Tomorrow definitely is not promised. Definitely I want you guys to be responsible, be respectful, don't do anything stupid. Have your fun. It's the weekend. Definitely have fun. Alcoholic Daryl. Let's if you're gonna drink, it's cool. Just don't get behind the wheel of a car. Don't do nothing that put yourself in danger. Um, but yeah, you already know what it is, man. Be a blessing out here, not a burden. Want you to just be a helping hand if you can. You know what I'm saying? Look out for your peoples. Look out for those that may need your help. Um, like I always say, clear head, good intentions in your heart, and you're out of here, man. You can go far, you can go anywhere. But with that being said, hey, it's the weekend. Hey, Cam, you stay out of trouble. But yeah, man. Another week down. Successful week. My apologies once again for last night. I was right in the middle of recording when my cousin hit me. I saw my cousin calling and I answered the phone and he was like, "Man, I'm right outside." I was like, "Oh man." So I was just, I haven't seen him in over a year, so I definitely missed my fam, and I definitely wanted to spend that time with the fam. So my apologies, but I already know I gotta live by what I preach, man. I had to love my loved ones. So, but yeah, hey, it's another episode of Wear Your Sneaker Friday in the books, man. But like I said, man, it's your boy Skinny Hardaway, and this is another episode of Retro Heat Check in the books. And like I always say, I'll leave you with these words: peace, and wear your sneakers.
Air Jordan. It's all in the imagination.